When I was a student studying English and design, I never thought those two worlds would one day collide. My journey into the future of fashion began not in a studio, but in my English classroom, during a lesson called Discussing Future Trends. My teacher asked us to describe what fashion might look like 50 years from now. Most of my classmates spoke about wild designs, floating dresses, and holographic suits. But when it was my turn, I hesitated. Then I said softly, fashion will be more about meaning than appearance. My teacher smiled. That's an interesting idea. Can you explain? I tried to find the right words. I think the future of fashion won't just be about how we look, but about how we live. At that time, I didn't know that one sentence would lead me into a whole new way of thinking. A few months later, I joined an internship at a company called eBooks, a startup using artificial intelligence and biotechnology to create sustainable clothing. My job wasn't glamorous. I translated marketing materials from Vietnamese into English. But I learned more from that small desk than from any textbook. One day, I was asked to translate a presentation titled Unpacking the Future of Fashion. The slides were filled with strange phrases, smart fabrics, digital fashion, biodegradable threads, and AI-generated designs. I felt lost at first, but curious. So I asked my supervisor, "Can you explain what digital fashion means?" She smiled. Imagine buying clothes that don't exist physically, only online. You wear them on your avatar in the metaverse or on social media using augmented reality. I was stunned. So, people pay for clothes they can't touch. Yes, she said, because fashion has always been about expression. In the digital world, people express who they are with pixels instead of fabric. That night, I couldn't stop thinking about it. How strange and yet fascinating the idea that fashion was evolving beyond physical form. As I continued translating, I discovered another idea: smart fabrics materials that can adjust their temperature, monitor your health, or even change color with your mood. One product prototype at the office was a jacket that used tiny sensors to warm up when it detected cold weather. I asked the engineer, "Do you think this kind of technology will replace traditional clothes?" He shook his head. "Not replacement, Hans. The future isn't about abandoning the past, but about combining beauty, function, and ethics." That word stayed with me. Fashion, he explained, had long been criticized for waste, pollution, and exploitation. The new generation of designers was trying to change that. They used recycled materials, created clothes that lasted longer, and designed styles that could be digitally updated instead of thrown away. It was then I realized that the future of fashion was not just high-tech, it was also deeply human. One afternoon, our team had an online meeting with an AI stylist named Nova, a virtual assistant programmed to analyze trends and suggest sustainable designs. Her holographic figure appeared on the screen, glowing softly. "Hello team," Nova greeted in perfect English. "Today we'll explore consumer behavior in eco-friendly fashion." As she spoke, I found myself listening, not just for the design insights, but also for her language. She spoke English with clarity, rhythm, and precision. Her vocabulary was rich words like minimalism, aesthetic harmony, and sustainability flowed naturally. It struck me that learning English through this kind of real, modern, and innovative was far more exciting than memorizing textbooks. I was learning not just the words, but the world those words described. Later, I wrote an article titled Unpacking the Future of Fashion for the company's blog. It was the first time I wrote something meaningful in English. I started with the sentence, "Fashion is no longer about fabric. It's about philosophy." The piece explored how artificial intelligence was transforming design, how ethical choices were shaping production, and how digital fashion might redefine identity. I wrote with passion, editing each sentence carefully, hearing my English teacher's voice reminding me, write to express, not to impress. When the article was published, my supervisor sent me a message. "You just gave fashion a voice, and it speaks fluently in English and in values." Months later, during an international design summit, I had to give a short presentation in English about our company's work. I was nervous, but I remembered what fashion and English had taught me. Both are forms of expression. Standing before designers, engineers, and entrepreneurs, I began. Fashion used to change with the seasons. Now it changes with our conscience. The room went quiet, then applause. In that moment, I realized that learning English had not only helped me communicate it, had allowed me to contribute. Now, when I think about the future of fashion, I imagine more than glowing jackets and virtual dresses. I imagine a world where every choice we make, what we wear, what we buy, and even what we say reflects awareness and empathy. Fashion is becoming a language of its own, a way to speak to the planet, to technology, and to one another. And just like English, it evolves, adapts, and tells stories that connect hearts across cultures. The future of fashion, I've learned, isn't about chasing trends. It's about weaving together innovation, identity, and integrity thread by thread, word by word.